there were all these people like screaming and like there were a lot of loud noises.
14-year-old best friends Lily Henderson and Hannah Wolfberg were shopping 1 block away from where the bombs went off.
It's like hard to describe, but it just like looked like sheer terror.
It was kind of like from what you see in like movies. It literally was like that, like everyone was running as fast as they could like away from the explosion.
Lily's cousin, 23-year-old Stephanie Henderson, was standing midway between the 2 explosions.
The most frightening part of the day was that the news kept reporting that there were more undetonated bombs across the city. So the idea was you couldn't go anywhere, you didn't know where the next explosion was.
There were all these like helicopters and like army like SWAT vehicles and policemen and all that, people with guns.
15-year-old Sasha Morris's brush with terror came 4 days later when his neighborhood became the center of the hunt for bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev.
I was just so nervous and just like there's so much pent up just like emotions in me. I just like tried to just let it all out, like texting my friends and like Facebook, posting stuff, messaging people.
What were grown-ups saying to you in the last week to try to make you feel better?
They kept saying like, don't worry, there's not going to be another one, and like, don't worry, you're safe, and don't worry, like, everything's gonna be okay.
Did you believe them?
No. And that was like the scariest part, was that I was thinking, no, you're wrong, how do you know that?
Lily, how did you handle it after the marathon?
I feel like it hasn't really sunk in yet.
Is the environment that we're in today, where things like this happen all too often, is that always going to be the environment we're in? When I have kids in 10, 15 years, you know, are we going to feel safer, less safe?
Obviously, you can't forget it. But then you also have to just make sure you're okay and not think about it 24/7 and, you know, focus on normal, like, teenage, high school things. I think that's the only way to be okay right now.
Dr. John LaPook joins us now. John, in your piece, Hannah Wolfberg said she didn't trust what the grown-ups were telling her. So what do you tell a kid in that situation?
Jim, as a father, what Hannah said really got to me because, of course, you cannot lie to a kid. Every expert that I've spoken to has said basically the same thing. You have to stay calm yourself, maintain a normal routine, and then try the best you can to let them know their world is safe. Yes, some crazy things can happen, but you're safe. And then, of course, it's not just talking, it's listening and observing. It's almost 2 weeks later after the disaster. Is there anxiety, trouble sleeping, anything to suggest post-traumatic stress disorder could be developing? And of course, that can respond very well to professional help.
So not just what you're saying, but what you're seeing and what you're hearing.
Absolutely.
John, thanks so much.